Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Did you miss me? Because I missed you. Today we're gonna be doing a full freaking makeup routine. I have not done this I don't think I've ever done a full makeup routine on my channel. Like I've done get ready with me's, but I was like, you know what, recently my makeup has been eating and I've been like loving the way that my base looks, the way that it lasts throughout the day. Let's just get into it. You guys, I have not posted in forever and I'm so sorry. I said I was gonna post more, but I feel like little by little. I'm getting ready to go to the OC fair and I don't want to be late because my friends are picking me up at freaking 4:30 and it's like 1, so I gotta get ready. I'm gonna be going in with my Tarte concealer. This is in the shade 27S. I already did my skincare, put on some sunscreen. Shout out to the Anua sunscreen. This sunscreen is so good. This is the one that's moisturizing finish and it's 50 SPF, no white cast, doesn't feel oily, doesn't feel greasy. I love it. I went ahead and cut my brows and then I set with powder. I used the Morphe pink powder. I'm going to grab my bronzer brush. I'm gonna do some of this Rare Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade Warmed Up. Not too much because it is a little pigmented and I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm also gonna go in with the Physicians Formula. This is in the shade Bronzer. And I like to just take the excess off on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna go from the inner to the outer like a few times and then I'm gonna focus it on the outer. Just watch how I do it. And the way that I like to like do it so I know it's like even is I count. So I'll do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna add a little bit more just so it's like even. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I don't want it to be too dark, so for the remainder, I'm not gonna dip back into it. I'm just gonna focus on the outer parts. And I think for now, like this is the color that I'm satisfied with. So this is how I do my everyday eyeshadow. I'm sorry I did not mention that. I'm gonna grab some powder, a little bit with like on like a fluffy brush, and just use that to blend the corners. So it doesn't go like all the way up to my brow. So for now, I feel like that's good. You could build it up more. You could add more colors. For me, this is good. I usually do 2 ways of doing my everyday eyeshadow. So one way is once I have this part, I grab like kind of like a flat fluffy brush. You see how it's kind of like flat? It has like a flat part. I go in, I love this Kylie palette for these 2 colors, but I go in with like these 2 light colors. And then I cut my, like I do like a cut crease without like adding concealer. So I just put on the bright color. And usually I just like leave it at that and then I do my liner and then I put like glitter on my inner corner. But today we're gonna do some pink inner corner and then we're gonna put pink glitter in the middle. So we have to do that towards the end. But I'm just gonna leave it like this. So now I'm just gonna move on to freaking eyeliner. My favorite eyeliner to use, I like the Pots. This is the Essence Super Precise eyeliner, long lasting, waterproof. These are really affordable, so I love these. I like to start from the middle and then kind of draw like a line out. So I'm just gonna do it first and then I'll show you what it looks like. So like this, I kind of started and I went out. I'm just gonna connect them now. To make like that wing. This is what I have so far. Now I just kind of like extend the wing. You guys, it's really hard for me to make my liner look like even. One of them is always higher. This one's always higher than this one. And I mean, you could kind of tell already it's a little high. So I'm gonna try to bring this one not as high and then maybe this one a little higher. But if they're not super even, don't even say shit because I have not perfected my eyeliner yet. But you know what? This is the closest we get and it ends up, I mean, it still looks good. For now, this is as good as it's gonna get, but you guys, even if it looks a little weird, the lashes will fix everything. And also I feel like because when you do your eyes at the beginning of the face, it looks a little off until you add like your bronzer and everything comes together. I'm gonna use the toner pad that I used earlier to clean under my eye, to remove all the makeup. Okay, I cleaned under my eyes. Now I'm gonna go in with the Rode Milky Toner. I actually really like this. I kind of use it more as a primer though. I don't really use it as skincare, like in my skincare routine. I'm gonna go in with this Dr. Malaxin calcium stick. I've seen this on TikTok everywhere. I got it at Ulta because they have it at Ulta. And I just use this as an under eye like prep just to give a good under eye hydration. I just kind of pat it in. These are my 3 favorite primers. I'm gonna try to explain this really fast so I can just put these on. So I use these 2 only on my face and this one only on my nose. So these 2 I won't put on my nose, and this is the only one I use on my nose. This is the Soft Blur Face Primer by Ulta. It's a silicone primer. I like it on my nose because I feel like it helps with my oils. So I go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer first, and then I go in with the Plump Right Back. And then lastly, this on the nose. Okay, now that my primers are on, I'm gonna go in with my Magic Molecule Spray. I love this spray. I also used to use this rose water. Honestly, any facial spray, these are both really good. This one I ran out of a while ago, so I put one of these in here, and this one's about to run out, so I repurchased another one. I like the sprayer on this one better than this. I like this kind of spray. So I'm gonna refill this, but I'm gonna use this, and it's gonna be this. I'm gonna spray that on my face, and then I'm gonna let it sit for like, I'm gonna let it dry, and then let it sit for like a minute. I'm gonna go in with the foundation. This is the Clinique Even Better SPF 15 foundation. Guys, this foundation I love. It's been making my skin look so good. It's not super heavy. I like that it has SPF. That might be fine. I don't want to put too much. I like using these like cushions. These are from Ulta. My old one I used to use was the Fenty luminizing one, and then guys, I love the Fenty foundation, but I don't know why it hasn't been in store. I've been like checking, and we haven't got like any Fenty foundations. Like, are they redoing their formulas? Like, are they getting discontinued? What's going on with Fenty? Because honestly, that foundation was really good, but it was a little too orange for me, the color. But still, I made it work with my concealers and everything. I think that should be enough. That might be a little too much, but I could always use the extra somewhere else. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. I'm obsessed with this Rare Beauty bronzer stick. This is in the shade Good Energy. Oh, also my foundation is in the shade Golden Neutral WN46. So what I like to do is I grab this, and I like to put some on the back of my hand, like warm it up. And then I'm grabbing this Morphe, the Morphe M240 brush, absorbing that in. Put some on the forehead as well. So I'm still gonna add on more bronzer later, but I'm gonna grab the bottom of my beauty blender to blend out my bronzer. I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl. This is the pink concealer to brighten. We're not gonna go too crazy. Now that we're brightened, I'm gonna go in with this House Labs. This is the blush in the shade Glossy Rosette. I'm gonna use this stick. I'm going in with my Morphe 200 brush, okay? And I'm just gonna tap like 3 times. Not like a super hard tap, because it's gonna pick up a lot, and this blush is very pigmented. Such a cute color. I love a good like pinky blush. Like, I'm just like I'm gonna go back in with my beauty blender, and I'm just gonna blend where the blush meets the bronzer. Back to the little Tarte. I really like this concealer because I feel like a little bit goes a long way. Like, you literally don't need a lot for the Tarte, because the Tarte is crazy. And this is like the hydrating formula. It's not the matte one, because my skin do be dry. I do like that much under the eye. Try to match it on the other side. Instead of blending this all the way out, I kind of focus it just in my inner corner. I'm gonna go back in with my blush, whatever's left over, and just kind of like bring that blush back. And then same thing with the bronzer, whatever's left over, I'm just gonna kind of tap, especially on the forehead, because I feel like on the forehead it like went away. With whatever's left over on my beauty blender, I'm gonna go like underneath that bronzer. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my Morphe pink powder. This is the base up close. Pretty cute, but it looks pretty good so far. I like the Morphe pink powder. This is a mix between the Morphe pink and the Morphe About Face. I love the pinkness of the About Face, but I love how the Morphe powder works, because I feel like the Morphe powder makes my makeup last better than the About Face, so I mix both of them. You guys don't have to do that. I used to just use the Morphe pink one by itself, and it works just as good. And it doesn't, like, it's the same thing. If you are gonna try the Morphe powder, do not try the translucent one, because that shit is very freaking, like, white cast. Like, it's not good. No bueno. But these are so good. So I'm going with, like, my really gross powder puff from Ulta. I'm gonna dip in, and I'm just gonna rub it into the powder puff. And then I'm gonna blend out my crease. Wait, I'm gonna blend it and then set my eye. I only set up to here. I'm gonna leave this part wet for my, I can set it with bronzer. Now I'm gonna go in this, okay, I like the one size container. I have tried the one size powders and they're good, but they're expensive. In here, I have the Morphe peach powder. I just like the container because I have this huge powder puff by one size. So I'm gonna dip into my Morphe powder, and I use the peach to set my face. I blend out my forehead wrinkles, and now I'm gonna leave my temples like not set because I'm gonna set it with bronzer, but I'm gonna do the perimeter. Now I'm gonna go in with my Fenty bronzer. Gonna really swirl it in. Remember, just off the extra. Like that. I know it looks so crazy right now, but we're gonna blend, so don't even worry about it. One thing about the Rare Beauty bronzer that I love is that it blends so easily, and it's pigmented too. So you won't be looking all crazy, all muddy. Right now I look all crazy, all muddy, but just wait. Super crazy bronzed. I'm gonna grab my big fluffy brush. Just dust off the powder. I use this brush to dust off powder, to blend. I'm just gonna go in swirling motions. Now that it's all blend, I'm gonna go in with the MAC. I actually bought this brush. This is my first time using it, so I'm gonna, because I wanted like a more neutral blush to build the pink on top of, because I like a pink blush, but I feel like when I'm building up my pink blush, it could go crazy fast, you know, because you're building a pink and it's gonna, sometimes it looks really bright. Like, I do want a pink blush, but I need like a neutral tone and then build pink on top of it, if that makes sense. This is in the shade Sweet Enough, and this is a mineral blush. That's a cute color. Okay. Like, that's a cute, like, base blush. And I could build this up a little bit, and then it won't look as bright. Like, it'll still look pretty pink when I put my other blushes on top, but it won't look like I'm a clown. I'm gonna bake I bake twice. I bake the side of my face, and then the middle of my face. I like to bake my nose, because my nose gets super oily. Like, ever since I started using a silicone primer on my nose and baking it, I feel like my makeup doesn't rub off. Because before, I feel like it would come off. That would be like the first thing to come off. Now, it doesn't really come off. So while that's baking, I'm gonna just build up my blush. I think for the base color, that's pretty good. I'm gonna go in with my Morphe. This is the Cheek Thrills in Blind Date. I really like this blush. So I'm just gonna put that on top. It's coming together. It's coming together. Before, I feel like I would have to build this up a lot and then it would look a little too pink sometimes. I feel like the mix of the both is pretty cute because it's not overwhelming. It's not like too bright, but it's there. That makes sense. Just blend it out a little bit. I'm gonna build up my bronzer. I know, you're probably like, girl, you're crazy. Just a tiny bit more. I think for now, that's good. While I'm baking, I'm gonna do my lip liner. Honestly, my whole like process is I just keep blending and then I build until I'm happy with what the color I get. Favorite lip liner is the MAC. This is in the shade Plum. As you can see, it's very used and abused. I'm gonna just start doing my lip liner because I like to set my lip liner because they like last longer. I personally feel like it lasts longer. This is my lip liner so far. I'm gonna fix it. I feel like there's like a little bit of unevenness, obviously, but this is like my rough draft. I go in with concealer and like clean up the shape later. So now I'm gonna wipe off the bake around my nose and my mouth. I'm gonna grab I like this kind of brush for like my nose contour. I don't know how to contour my nose that good because I have like a really round tip, so I feel like there's not really much I could do. So the way that I contour, I literally just bronze my bridge and like my this part. I look down, I like lightly brush it up I mean like circle upwards. And I check the sides and I'm like, okay, it's not too dark. That's pretty much it. I really like the snatching powders from Douse. I have a separate powder puff just for the brightening powder. And I'm going to go in, I'm like, guess what shade I'm going to use? I'm going to go with the lemon shade. I'm going to swirl it, and then I like to tap the excess off because it's very brightening, okay? It's going to look a little crazy, but when you set your face, it'll like tone it down. You don't have to go with as much as I do if you do use a brightening powder. See, like that's crazy. So I like to grab like this kind of brush. It has nothing on it, and I'm just gonna kind of dust it off. And then when it comes to the blush part, I kind of just like wipe, but then I tap this inner part in. So as you can see, it toned it down a little bit, but I go back in with my blush just to like blend it together. I feel like the bronzer is pretty good. I'm still gonna go in a little bit, okay? With whatever's left over, just like one little tap on each side. And I'm gonna go in with this big fluffy brush, and I like to go in with the Physicians Formula bronzer because this bronzer is very light. It has kind of like a really sheer glow to it. I don't know, I just like it. This is like my topper bronzer. And then blend it down the neck. But now we're gonna bake the sides, and I like to bake my forehead too. Now while that's baking, I'm gonna go in and I like to grab like this is like, I just grab any concealer that I don't really use that much. I put it on my little mixer pad or whatever. I have a specific brush that I like to use. It's kind of like a thin, like flat brush. Pick up some of the concealer very lightly, and then I go underneath my, I'll do like half of my bottom lip so you can see what I'm talking about because it's kind of hard to show on camera. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, it's like a little cleaner than this side. And obviously you don't want to put a thick layer of concealer, like it's a very thin line to clean up the edges. The top part, I hope it shows, I like to go like this. Let me move this camera. This angle might be really weird, but I grab my brush and I like round at the top. See? Do you see the difference? So basically I'm just gonna have to like add lip liner to fix the shape as much as possible. So like keep on drawing it lightly, like keep shaping it, and then try your best, okay? You don't have to clean it up if you get it perfect on the first time. Obviously I didn't, so I'm just gonna keep doing that until I get it. I think for now this is as good as the lip's gonna get, okay? So I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna do the finishing touches on the eyes. I like to grab like a really thin brush. I go in with like a dark brown eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with the Kylie palette, and I'm gonna go in with this really chocolate brown. Dip in, and then I like to rub the sides of the brush. With the very tip, I'm gonna do my lash line. You're gonna basically go as close to the lash as possible, basically. Without, you're not putting it in your waterline, you're doing your lash line. You see how that already adds like, the eye makes it look like. I like to go like as close to the inner corner as possible. Both eyes are done. I'm gonna go in with the Q-tip, and I'm gonna clean my waterline. Just do like one wipe because my eyes are a little watery. And I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline. This is the Maybelline gel like eyeliner. It's like waterproof, and it's this color, like a concealer color. You're gonna put it in to make your eye like stand out more, or you could just leave it like this. It's up to preference. What eye you like more? I like this one. It makes my eyes pop, but you could just leave it. Now to finish off the eye, because remember I said I was gonna do this at the end. I'm gonna grab this Douse eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna go in with this really like baby pink. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the tiniest bit of concealer and put it in my inner corner, okay, just like that. And then I'm gonna grab a brush. I'm just gonna grab this fluffy brush. You can use any brush. I'm just gonna like tap it in, but I'm gonna focus it going up, just like a very thin layer. And this is gonna be the base, so your pink pops. And I'm gonna grab just like this flat kind of fluffy brush, and then I'm just gonna start packing it in my inner corner. And I'm not gonna go super far in. Then I'm gonna grab this like fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in with the pink. I'm gonna blend the edges out, but I'm also adding pink, so it kind of like spreads, but blend. Like blend it, but like add more, if that makes sense. So you see how instead of it being like a line, it's kind of just like diffused out. And then you could even blend like this part, so it doesn't like look like it just is stopped, like a line stop. Just like that. And then I'm gonna do this on the other side. And this is like a fun way to add color to your eye look without doing like a whole eyeshadow. And then you're gonna go back in with that blending brush that you used at the very beginning and just blend the edges, because you don't want it to go all the way up to the brow, or you could leave it. I personally like to blend it, and then I blend like right under the eye, like in the inner corner, because I don't want it to be going too down. You could stop here. I'm gonna add some pink inner corner. I've never done it with pink inner corner, but I want a pink glitter. So I'm gonna go in with this one pink. It's called Femme. It's a really pretty pink, and I'm just grabbing like a fluffy brush. Now, usually when I just do like that cut crease that I told you guys about, I put this pink glitter in my inner corner. So it's like a brown eyeshadow look with pink, and it's really cute. Or you can use silver or gold. I just love this pink. I feel like it stands out so much. And then I like to grab my finger and I just blend that like edge, like out and up, like that. See, isn't this so cute, you guys? It's very simple, but it's like a pop of color. So now I'm just gonna blend like the perimeter of my face where my bronzer is at a little bit, not too much, because you don't want the color to like completely fade. Then blend your neck where you put that bronzer earlier, don't forget. And then sometimes my like liner, I feel like it's a little short. So I'm gonna grab that same flat brush and I'm just gonna wipe it off. And you're gonna dip into black eyeshadow and do the same, wipe the sides. You really wanna make sure you wipe the sides so it doesn't come out super thick. And then for this one, I'm just gonna like extend it very lightly. Just like touch it up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with that powder the brightening powder puff. I'm just gonna lightly tap in this area so the blush doesn't look too, like I said, you could just grab a brush and just like pat that in. I'm gonna tap my forehead, like the middle, because I want it to be a little brighter. And then with a fluffy brush, just gonna use my blush topper. I'm going with this Ilia. It's a really like pink blush with like a little bit of shimmer, but it's a very sheer blush. Tap into it. Tap into it. And then I like to put some on my bridge with whatever powder I had left over. I'm set, but I'm pressing. You want your lip liner to last? Press that shit in. And for the final step before I set my face, I'm gonna go in with my liquid liner. This part is very scary. Take your time, and you don't have to do this if you don't want to, because it might mess up your makeup. But I'm just wiping off the extra sides, trying to make it as tiny as possible. And I'm gonna do my inner corner liner. I forgot, last step for real before we set our face. I'm gonna grab this brush and I'm gonna go into the yellow. I'm just gonna do 2 light taps, like dust off the extra, and then just like do it like underneath my bronzer. Not too bright, just like a chill little, and that's it. Now, if you want your makeup to stay on all freaking day, this is how I set my face. So follow along. I have my electric fan ready because it's about to get serious. Grab your facial spray. I like a facial spray because it adds hydration back into your makeup, especially because I use a lot of powder. I'm just gonna spray, okay, like a decent amount. I like the Milani setting spray. I feel like my makeup lasts pretty good. So I'm gonna draw my face in this. And then turn your fan on. I like to fan the eyes first so nothing creases. But we're just gonna let everything dry. Voila. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but if you see my makeup, how I looked before, the setting spray melted everything together, and it even made my bronzer, my blush look more blended and stand out. I know there's some people out there who don't use like setting spray because they don't think it like works, but for me, I'd rather use it to blend all my makeup together and help it absorb. Did you see my skin? It's super seamless, super like smooth. On the iPhone camera, I don't know why, like the colors look more dark than in person. Because I feel like in person, like you can see my blush a little bit more, and then you can see my bronzer a little less. Like it's not as dark. Like it's still there, but I feel like on the camera, it like makes it look crazier than it actually does. Since I'm gonna be out, since I'm going to the fair and it's gonna be hot, it's gonna be like 82. It's not super hot, but we're gonna be walking around outside. If I get a drink, I already know I'm gonna be sweating. Final thing to lock it in is gonna be the one side setting spray. I love this setting spray. I usually just leave it with the Milani. I leave the Milani on and my makeup doesn't come off. Obviously, I still get oily. Like, you're still gonna get oily and stuff regardless, even if you use this. But this will lock it in all day if you're gonna have a crazy night or if you're gonna be out all day. And I like to do this on, I like to like focus it a little bit on the lips so my lip liner stays on because I hate reapplying stuff. And as you see, I literally went. Some people just go. And I mean, you can, but like, I want my makeup to stay on all day. Now for the lashes, I'm gonna go in with these Nuclei lashes. I don't know what style they are. If you guys want the link, comment it and I'll put it in my bio. Alright, I'll put it in the comments. Actually, maybe I'll put it in the description if I remember. I've been using these lashes for like ever and I love them and they're affordable and there's like hella. I'm gonna do my lashes. I'm gonna do my hair. I'm gonna change and then I'll be back when the whole look is done, alright? Okay, you guys. Makeup is done. I'm gonna show you guys my last little lip combo. My favorite recently has been this Kylie tint. This is in the shade Pink Taffy. It's like a pinky color. I love like a mauve pink lip. Like that's like my everyday. And then I like to go over with like a clear gloss. Recently my fave has been like the Grwm Beauty like lip mask. Or Aquaphor, because my lips be dry and I love a good Aquaphor. I'm not going to put on gloss right now because I'm not leaving for a little bit and I don't want my lip liner to come off. I really like this lip liner though. But yeah, updated makeup routine. Hope you guys liked it and let me know what you think in the comments below. But suggest some videos for me to make and like, follow, subscribe. Also, check me out on TikTok at your dad's fave. Check my TikTok out, your dad's fave, and my Twitch is your dad's mine. I'll put it up on the screen. But yeah, check out my Twitch because I be streaming on there. I be gaming, and check out my TikTok because I have my main TikTok, but I'm trying to make that TikTok specifically like my new main TikTok. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.